Hey, it's Mike. I'm back. I'm ready to go. Let's see. What do we got here? We got Jeff. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Uh-oh. Already having problems. It's not going to be good. Okay. Hey, good to see Jeff. Eliana, Agyan, Timurandasyana, Agyana. So I can't keep up with all that, but thank you very much. Good to see you here. Our diligent moderator. And who else we got here? We got Namamaha Vandanyaya Srila Bhakti Venmo. That's me, Bhakti Venmo. Where am I? Bhakti Venmo. And Rafal, good to see you, buddy. I got a lot of videos. We got Fake Human and Justice for Little Girls. Hey, wow, it's just everybody here. Hey, we got Beige. We got, hey, Jabron, good to see you. So glad you're here. This is going to be so much fun. Hey, Dad. Hey, daughter. Good to see you. And we have Weird Planet so far. Good to see you here. Good to see everybody here. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get right to the opening. Here we go. Where is it? Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, that's fun. That's really a lot of fun. I'm sounding good here. I don't want to have microphone problems. I don't want to be glitchy. And yes, class is gonna begin. And we're gonna have Fake Human. Yeah, absolutely. We gotta blow that nose. We gotta blow that nose for the Lord, man. Let me tell you. And we are gonna have. We're gonna have a good time.
Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. And we want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, when, baby? Let's go.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
Yeah, we're gonna have a party. Okay, so first thing we're gonna start off with my favorite of all time, the Knitting Cult Lady. Actually, not the Knitting Cult Lady, just Knitting Cult Lady. She is Knitting Cult Lady, and this is more about isolation. And for all you Krishnas out there that are like me, you're saying, well, you know, I never moved in. I never moved into the ashram or joined one of these farm projects. You know, how can you say I'm brainwashed and all that, right? Well, Knitting Cole is going to explain it because she can explain it a lot better than me. Although I think I might be funnier than she is, but she's going to explain it. Hey, N, how you doing? N, good to see you here, man. And yeah, that's the best. That's just that tells the story right there. Okay, here we go. We got the knitting one, and let me make sure her volume is up. Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go. Knitting Cult Lady.
Emotions with Daniela. We are reading from the second book of Daniela, The Culting of America. This is about psychological isolation in cults. because physical isolation is not the only kind of isolation that matters. Isolation can happen right inside your own head. You get so insulated from outside perspectives that the group's worldview becomes your entire reality. When there's no outside input, leaders can manipulate you more easily because you're not hearing anything that might make you stop and think, wait, does this even make sense? That's why cults like the Children of God, which I grew up in, absolutely limited outside things like books and music. We had none of it. Only the stuff that was created by our cult. And we had a whole ministry for creating music so that you wouldn't listen to outside music, so that you wouldn't get any of those thoughts. Cult leaders can isolate people mentally, even when they're physically surrounded by others. They often invoke thought-stopping cliches. Phrases like, doubt your doubts, or Satan is testing you, or everything happens for a reason, may sound innocent, but
Or everything is karma. Everything's karma, or it's Kali Yuga, Krishna's mercy. Those are thought-stopping cliches. Hey, Liam, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you here. Those are also thought-stopping cliches.
they're designed to shut down critical thinking and remove personal agency. Little sayings get members to accept whatever the group teaches, so questioning feels like failure or sin. Leaders don't need to lock you away in some remote place. They just create a mental space where stepping outside the group's teachings feels like stepping into danger. In 12-step programs like AA, for example, members are constantly reminded that stepping out literally leads to death. Over time, Amanda Montell tells us,
Right, and for you Hare Krishnas out there, leaving is basically blooping. You're back in the material world, and we all know what that is, what that means.
in cultish, this loaded language requires a strong emotional charge. When a word or phrase takes on such baggage that its mere mention can spark fear, grief, dread, jubilation, reverence, anything, a leader can exploit it to steer followers' behavior. The psychological isolation remains even when members are out in the world socializing with each other. Think Mormons, think MAGA. The group's all-encompassing influence acts like a filter for their experience. A member might be physically present at family gathering, but they're mentally still operating within the group's boundaries. They're viewing every conversation and interaction through the lens of the group's teaching, so connecting with others on a real human level is almost impossible. Everything they see and do is affected by the group's worldview and system of judgment.
And you can see our friend Paz, this is what he says, from his outside view of his brother who joined. He sees this isolation, and not only the isolation when because he's gone into associating with these Hare Krishnas in their temples and buildings, but when he's with them in the family, when he has family time with them, he goes and visits them, or he comes and visits, or they go and visit him, which is almost like a prison visit, right? It sounds like a prison visit. They go and visit him, or he gets to go and visit his family. It's still, he's isolated. He's mentally isolated from them, and that's exactly that's exactly what it sounds like when Paz is speaking about what he sees, how his brother is acting. It's exactly what she's saying.
Just ask any AA member if they rate the drinking habits of everyone they encounter. Even though the cult member will appear as you or I do and will function well in ordinary tasks, Margaret Singer, not Margaret Sanger, explains, the cult lectures and procedures tend to gradually induce members to experience anxiety whenever they critically evaluate the cult. Over time, people learn to avoid critical thinking altogether, especially about the group, because doing so triggers guilt and anxiety. It's a clever
Yeah, I worked at American Express for like five years, almost 6 years, and I was not doing anything devotional the whole time, but I was definitely isolated in my own world through this conditioning, through this Krishna. It was as if I was in the ashram. It didn't matter. It was the same thing.
Policing system that keeps people from even considering dissent. And by the way, this is the explanation for why after the shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, the government ran to the media and gave obvious lies. And from the outside, people on the left are going, why would they even bother? It's because all they needed to do was get their version to their cult members first. And then their cult members will refuse to see or listen to or believe. They will watch the video, but they will only be hearing.
Right. And when they say, oh my goodness, when they go, oh, there's this guy on the internet, this guy Mike, and he's talking about Hare Krishna and the gurus and this and that, immediately they shut him down. They go, he's an operati, he's in Maya, he's this or that. And then that just shuts down any critical thinking that they may have. It's just like, oh yeah, he's in Maya. Same thing with Gaura Hari. He first he wants to say, well, that guy doesn't know anything. It's like, well, no, he was 20 years in. He knows. Oh, well, he's not connected to the parampara. If you're not connected to the parampara, well, then you're just, you don't have access to the transcendental knowledge. Well, what about the access that I had to the transcendental knowledge for 20 years? That's just cut off because I'm no longer. Yeah, that's what he thinks. He thinks that all the knowledge gets sucked out of our head. It gets sucked out of our head. Like all that shit that I heard, all those lectures, all the teachings, all the books, all that we all did. That we all did. We understood Brahma and Paramatma and Mahavishnu, Kasiradakshay Vishnu, and the cowherd boys and the gopis and Nrsingadev, and we understood the six Goswamis and Chaitanya. We understood all that. And the Parampara and Vyasadeva and Krishna speaking to Arjuna and Bhishma and Dronacharya. We understood. We got it. We got it. I had it. I understood it for 20 years. And then what? The day I walked away, it's just like everything just got sucked out of. Yes, that's what they think. That's in their deluded mental illness, cosplaying reality that they live in, fantasy land that they live in. That's what they think. Oh, you couldn't possibly understand all that. Now that you're on the outside of the cult, that's how they think. Start stopping cliches. Yeah, they got to stop the thought somehow. They got to stop it. Simple living, no brain thinking. Simple living, no thinking. It's not simple living. It's friggin' living on a farm. It's friggin' living on a farm, milking a cow, living like you're in the Stone Age, grinding wheat into flour so you can make some chapatis. And are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? You want me to work a farm? I mean, we're going back in time now. We're going back in time. We did all this technological advancement, so we don't have to break our ass on a farm. Even on a farm, they have machinery that does 90% of the work that they used to do by hand. It's all being done. It does be done by machines now. But no, these freaks want us to go back and go friggin' working on a cow on a farm. I was up. My daughter will remember this. It was like our first trip to Badger. One of our first trips to Badger. Maybe our second trip to Badger. I don't know. My daughter was little, and we're up there. I'm with Radha Kunda, and he's like, "Hey, this." I don't know. They had these. Now that I think about it, it's even worse than it was before. Somehow he wanted to get a hold of these, like a power pole, like a telephone pole. Okay, there was one like on the other side of the hill. It was like in Badger. It was like this. It was like a mile. It was like about a half a mile away, and he wanted to bring I think he was stealing it. Is what I think he was doing. He wanted to steal. I think he was stealing this power pole. I think they were gonna install like a telephone pole or a power pole, and he wanted it. Radhakunda wanted it, and how you gonna move a telephone pole? Those things weigh a friggin' ton, and they're friggin' huge. I mean, you don't even realize how big they are until you're standing next to one. You look at it and it's like but when you're standing there, this fucking thing is huge, and he ties an ox to it. He goes, "I got an ox. I'm gonna tie this ox to it, and I'm gonna have the ox bring it back to the house down this trail." And we were like, "Okay, I'm there. I got my camera. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna videotape this spectacle." And we had to hike, and the kids. It's me, Radhakunda, and my daughter, and some other little kids. I think it was like Krishna Kata, and I think Beer Lakshman, whatever. We go up there where this telephone pole is in Badger, and he ties. This ox is huge. I mean, this ox is like Paul Bunyan's ox. This thing was like 8 feet tall. This thing was huge. He ties this ox to this telephone pole. Now this telephone pole is fucking huge, man. I just can't express how big this telephone pole. He ties it to this ox. Now an ox is incredibly strong. Okay, these things. That's why it's an ox. I mean, this thing is. So he ties it up to the telephone pole to the ox. He's got the harness on the ox, and I don't know what he did. He whacks the ox in the ass with a stick or whatever, and this ox takes off running full speed, pulling this telephone pole like it was a popsicle stick. That telephone pole was just flying, and it was and as the ox is rounding, going through this thing, this telephone pole is just fishtailing, and it almost wiped us out a couple times. It came close to killing a couple. It came close to killing a couple of us. We definitely had to get. Yeah, not to mention there were like 20 kids. Yeah, there was a bunch of kids, and it was insanity. It was just it was absolutely insanity. And we some of us almost lost our lives. But that's just the craziness. That's the craziness of these people. Of the Radhakunda and Krishna Cult. They wanted to use an ox to pull this telephone pole. This telephone pole. Hey, Dahlia Roberts, how you doing? It was flying. Okay, it was off the ground. It was like airborne. I had never seen anything like it, and I think there was a videotape of it somewhere. It was should have been on the news. But now that I think back on it, I'm pretty sure he was stealing that telephone. I'm pretty sure he was stealing that telephone pole. But anyway, okay. So isolation. That was Knitting Cult Lady with the isolation, and how you don't have to go to a farm project to get indoctrinated. And you can, like I said, you can create an ashram right in your own head. You can create the ashram right in your head and turn your apartment or your house into a little ashram, and cut yourself off from the world. And that's what people do. That's exactly what Hare Krishnas do. So it's not always joining the temple and going into the ashram, or joining a farm project and living like a I don't know, like a Eagle Scout, like some kind of Hindu Eagle Scout. I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, so we did that. So now, Rafael just sent this to me, and I was like, wow, I've never seen this before. But this goes to one of the ones I wanted to show that I showed recently. This Tattva Darshan. So he just sent me. This is an article that was written in 2020. So Tattva Darshan was a long time ago, but this is 2020. This was in 2020, and it's because they're still protecting this guy. And so whoever wrote this I'll show you who wrote this article. It says Paramananda Das, November 1st, 2020. And it says Bashu Ghosh Das and his love for pedophile devotees. So, you know, it's not just me saying this. I mean, I say it. I am saying I am saying it. But it's not just me saying it. It's not just me saying it. He says, one thing that angers me is Basu Ghosh never thinks Tattva Darshan, his beloved godbrother, did anything wrong. Why is he so blind? He also told me how much he loves and respects Bhavananda, who had sex with children in Mayapur in the 70s and 80s, and lots of homosexual sex while a GBC, guru and sannyasi. He says, Harikesh never said a bad word about his old friend Bhavananda. Also, that really angered me, what an idiot he was. So this is, and then it says, Tattva Darshan Das and Pedophilia by Mahananda Das. So this is another, well, I guess the person that wrote this is now quoting this Mahananda Das, who says, who's basically just recounting the story of Tattva Darshan. This is Thomas Wayne Rapinos from Florida, escorted by police in Phnom Penh, age 55, on August 6, 2008. So that's the date of when he, you know, was sentenced to jail, 2008. He was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months, 2.5 years, 2.5 years for sexually molesting 2 young girls. And that's it. I mean, you know, the Hare Krishnas want to say, well, you know, you're gonna believe the Cambodian government? Yes, we are. Because we're not pedophile protectors. We're not part of your cult. We're not part of your. We don't use your cliche, your thought-stopping cliches. We don't use your cult logic and your cult scriptures. We're normal people. So yes, we're going to accept Cambodia has a whole prison full of these pedophiles. You thought he could go and get away with it there? It says here, Alachua, Florida. He says, whether our dear godbrother Tattva Darshan does fit the definition of a pedophile might just be a matter of semantics. It's not a matter of semantics. Hey, Crazy Dax, I'm talking about it right now, man. Why don't you just listen? Why don't you listen? Are you that dumb? I'm talking about it right now. I'm talking about it right now, and you're asking me what am I against? I'm talking about it. Okay, Alachua, Florida. Whether our dear godbrother Tattva Darshan Das does fit the definition of a pedophile might just be a matter of semantics. No, it's not a matter of semantics. He was arrested in Cambodia for sexually molesting 2 young girls. It's not semantics. But if one does have an attraction for little girls and travels to remote places in the world where one can prey on them and gratify such desires without much risk of accountability, he probably needs help. So, and perhaps a really good ass whipping. My feed is late. You get our comments late. Because sometimes I'm ranting and I'm not reading. If I read everything all the time, I would never get. I'd forget everything I'm. I'd forget everything I'm saying. I'm an old man. Yeah. Okay. So here it goes on. It says. Yeah. Travis, how you doing, Travis? Good to see you, man. Good to see you here. It says the Cambodian police have arrested a 55-year-old citizen. The Cambodian police have arrested a 55-year-old U.S. citizen who runs a non-government organization in Kollur, Karnataka, on charges of sexually abusing 2 children. Thomas Wayne Rapinos, alias Tattva Darshan Das, is the president of the Bhaktivedanta Eco Village, a registered society which claims to be a charitable institution running a self-sufficient community village and a school with more than 60 children. 60 children. The guy runs a school with more than 60 children. The Cambodian police arrested Wayne from a guest house in Phnom Penh on March 7th when he was in the company of 2 girls aged 12 and 14. Social worker had faced child abuse charges in 2002. So 6 years before, he was already accused of inappropriate behavior with some children. Thomas Wayne Rapinos, alias Tattva Darshan Das, who runs an NGO in Karnataka, was arrested. The age of sexual consent in Cambodia is 15, which seems young, but you know what? That wasn't young enough for Tattva. He had to go with the 12. Anyway, we arrested Wayne and rescued the girls. The deputy police chief of the anti-trafficking and juvenile unit. The Cambodian police said one of the girls was naked when they stormed the guest house. The girls were being forced to perform on Wayne, who was trying to put on a condom when police broke down the door. It says here, Wayne had traveled to Cambodia in April 2006 to set up a Bhaktivedanta Eco Village unit. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to set up an organization in Cambodia. Sure, why not? Why not? Sure, why not? Just go ahead. I mean, then you don't have to travel. You don't have to travel there. I mean, you can just be there all the time. So it says here, let's see. It says, here, Wayne has been in trouble with the Indian authorities in the past. By Chaitanya's own admission, Wayne was detained for questioning by the police 7 years ago after a complaint of child sex abuse from an ISKCON devotee. It was a baseless allegation for which my father was questioned and nothing came of it, Chaitanya said. However, Hari Sari Das, the head of ISKCON's child protection team, said Wayne had been removed from all official positions at ISKCON following similar child abuse charges in 2002. So ISKCON removed him from everything in 2002 because of child abuse charges. So, them saying that these things are baseless allegations, well, I don't know about that. So what they want you to believe is that the allegations in ISKCON abuse is that never happened. That never happened. And then they want you to believe that what happened in Cambodia, well, that's okay because the girl was 12. It's not like she was 11 or 10. She was 12. I mean, come on. She was 12. What do you want? That's what they're saying. Because, Prabhupada had an 11-year-old wife. Can't get mad at him. Can't get mad at the old guy, right? So then it goes on. So here's another. It says, the one by Shyamasundar Das, who wrote, which I've gone over before, and this is, but it's quoted in this article from 2020. From 2020, they are quoting this article that refers to, let's see, to this end, their tacit approval was given to an article by Dhamma Ghosh Das. In his article, Dhamma Ghosh writes, I can quite truthfully recommend this ashram called Bhaktivedanta Eco Village, which has a wonderful school going on daily. If you want more, contact Tattva Darshan. And this, and he goes on in here in this article. Oh my goodness. It goes on in this article. That talks about the Hare Krishna Society that I was working with at the time. It brings that up again. Dhamma Ghosh being a member, office bearer of it. Yashodanandan sent this remark to myself following complaints. And then it says here that Yashodanandan banned this article from being posted on the Hare Krishna Society webpage. So that is the specific incident that caused me to leave the whole Ritvik, the whole everything, and walk away. This whole thing, it's still being, that conversation, that whole thing is still being brought up in November of 2020, while they're talking about people that are promoting and protecting this Tattva Darshan guy. So you can see where if I hadn't left and I'd stayed with it and said, oh yeah, this Tattva Darshan, whatever, people would still be talking about this, and they would be saying that anybody that's with this Hare Krishna Society, because that's basically what they're saying. What they're saying is, down here at the end, is the cover-up has gone on for too long with the Tattva Darshan. It was covered up by ISKCON, and now it's being covered up by the Ritviks. And that would have been me. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, if you want to get anything done, if you want to put an end to the child, you want to help try to end the child marriage and the child abuse and the domestic abuse and all the abuse, you got to leave. You can't stay in it. Because all you're doing is you're part of it, whether you know it or not. And that's why I'm trying to help people realize that you're in this thing. You're in this thing, whether you know it or not. You're involved in these pedophiles. You're involved in these gurus. You're worshiping these gurus. You're donating to them. You're promoting them. You're selling their books. You're selling Prabhupada's books. You're in the thick of it. You're in it. Protecting these pedophiles just like I was. I didn't even know it. I was like, evidently, according to all this crap, because I knew about Tattva Darshan in 2008 when he went to jail. And somehow between 2010, or when this article was written in February of 2010 and 2012, that's when I left. So it took 2 years from when all of this stuff like just came about. Like it was probably because it was probably months of me investigating, trying to figure out what was going on, trying to get to the truth, trying to figure this all out about these pedophiles, these gurus, these pedophiles, who's protecting them, why they're protecting them, why the fuck are they protecting these pedophiles? That's what I couldn't figure out. That was my mission. I had to figure out what the fuck is going on. What the fuck is going on? And I found out. I figured it out. I'm not the only one. Other people figured it out too. I'm not saying other people have figured it out, but I had to figure it out for myself. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who this crazy Drax. I don't know what you're doing in here, man. You want to promote this shit? Go do it somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, so that's just I just wanted to bring it up because it's just an example of how this pedophile stuff, and especially right now with the Epstein files and protecting pedophiles. Protecting pedophiles is not the flex that these gurus think it is. I mean, right now, if you just have anything to do with this Epstein Island, your name is just, if your name rhymes with Epstein Island, if your name just rhymes with somebody who's, it's like, it's right. And these guys, they protect these guys like they don't give a fuck. Like this Chittaratri, Yashodananda, Dhamma Ghosh, this Basu Ghosh, they're all the same. Just like all these Agora Haris, all these gurus are no different than Gora Hari. All these pedophile protectors are all the same. They don't give a fuck. Yashodananda and Dhamma Ghosh and all of them. They're no different than Bhakti Vikash and Hridayananda and all of them. I'm serious, man. It's a big club. It's a big club, and it just shows you that when you've got money and power, and no one says no to you, and there's no one to say no. No one tells these gurus that they can't do anything. If this traveling monkey wants to go on Guru Palooza to wherever the hell he wants to go, there's nobody going to stop him. He can go. And he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Play the guitar on the beach in front of a bunch of freaks, or he can go swim in a river on someone else's dime, or go freaking ride ATV 4-wheeler things up the sand dunes in San Luis Obispo if he wants, and say I'm off-roading for Krishna. And no one's going to say no, you can't do that. They can go do whatever the fuck they want. And if they want to go molest some little kids, and believe me, they do. Just like these billionaires wanted to molest some little kids. These gurus are no different. They got money, they got power, they got time, they got the opportunity. Ain't got nobody to tell them they can't do it. Ain't got nobody to tell them no. They got everybody to protect them. Ain't nobody gonna spill the beans on them. It's no different. It's the exact same shit. The exact same shit. And these guys are protecting them. I couldn't figure it out why. I couldn't figure out why Yashodananda, the man that I've been working with for 10 years, doing his webpage, doing his computers, listening to him lecture, listening to him talk, listening to him to read these books and tell me how these gurus are this and these gurus are that, and they're molesting little kids, and how you can't do this and you can't do that, and blah, blah, blah. For 10 fucking years I heard that shit. And then what is he going to do? He gets one of these, he gets Tattva Darshan out. And he's protecting Tattva Darshan behind my back. Now what the fuck? How do you think I felt? That's like having your guru run off with a 13-year-old girl and $7 million and run off to the south of France, buy a mansion. It's no different. I was like, what the fuck is going on? How is this guy? How is this? These fucking fake ass holy men. Ain't no fucking holy man. You ain't no Swami. You can recite all the verses you want. I don't care. You can speak Sanskrit. You can speak ancient Sanskrit. I don't care. You can understand Sanskrit. All that shit. I ain't impressed with that. I was impressed with it for a while, but then when you're protecting pedophiles, fuck all that shit. I met Abhiram. He was Tamal Krishna's right-hand man. When I had dinner with Tamal Krishna, it was me, Nrsingananda, Abhiram, and Tamal Krishna. And the four of us sat there. And like we were, like Tamal was friggin' the king of England. He'd ring his little bell, and a servant would come running in, and he'd be like, more chapatis. And then he'd run out, and he'd run back in with chapatis, and he'd give everybody. And of course, you know, we all got treated the same as Tamal. You know, Tamal was barking out the orders, but they came in and were treating all of us like, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I'm sitting there like, I'm nobody, you know. Well, I'm nobody, and I'm looking at Tamal like, you're a nobody either. You're a fucking whiny ass, pussy ass. You ain't no fucking holy. You ain't nothing. And Abhiram was fucking Tamal's friggin' little suck up. I came out of that. I came back to L.A. from Houston, and I was just like, these guys are bigger pieces of shit than I thought they were before I met. After that, I was like, I would never take initiation from any of these guys. They're a bunch of fucking fools. They absolutely, the fucking holy man. The fucking holy man. And these guys propping these pedophiles up like they're holy men. And they were upset that they were more upset, like Yashodanandan and Dhammagosh and all of these guys, they were more upset that I was not surrendering to them. They were saying, Tattva's okay, and you got to accept that. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm not accepting that. And I was the secretary of the Hare Krishna. I did the webpage. I had a lot of responsibilities. And I said, no, I'm not. And I said, I'll resign. I'm not going along with it. And that's when they got mad. Because I was throwing sand in their sweet rice. It was like, oh, I'm going to leave. And then they got to replace me. And the organization has to hold meetings. They got to find a new secretary for the paperwork, for the state, for their nonprofit organization. They got to have all that paperwork in order. So that's when they got pissed off because I remember Dhammagosh telling me, "Oh, you don't understand. You're just you don't understand. You don't understand Vedic culture like we do. You don't understand child marriage the way we do." Uh-oh. I got a request. I got a request to play the hits.
Has the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Better late than never. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, how you doing? Jaya Ganapati. Good to see you here. Cosplaying pedophiles. Yeah, I was really disappointed when I had to come to that realization that these guys are all fake, including Yashodanandan, including my closest friends, including everybody that I knew that I thought was a devotee. They're just cosplaying. They're just cosplaying because you can't defend a guy like Tavadarjan and act like you're a holy man or act like you're. No, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. You're back to 50-50, Swami. You're back to 50-50, Swami. Yeah, you need to fake it until you're ultimately Vedic, but you're never Vedic. That's the thing. It never happens. It never happens. It never happens. So I didn't know about this. But so this is another guy, and this is Rafal sent this in. This is so we all know about Lokanath Swami and his child molestation case and how they just swept that under the rug and pretended like that never happened or whatever. Pretend like that never happened. But I didn't realize how many people were behind the whole. Obviously there's people to sweep something under the rug. There has to be someone holding the rug open up, and then there's somebody with a broom. So there's people involved in the sweeping. It's Chaitanya. It's Nityananda. Okay, it's not Nityananda. It's Nityananda. So I didn't realize that this guy was like the main guy. This Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, he was the main one who came to this guy's defense. He's another pedophile protector. It says here, at any point, Bhakti Chaitanya Swami and other GBC members could have given this case to the Child Protection Office for proper handling. Instead, the lies and cover-up were further perpetuated, and dragged on for another 11 years, with just a small percentage of people in ISKCON knowing that Lokanath had sexually abused a child. It's 2021, 31 years after Lokanath sexually assaulted a child, and he continues to be worshipped as a sitting, active guru endorsed by ISKCON. So they're just pretending. So they're just pretending like we can wait it out. If we wait it out long enough, we can just act like it never happened. We can act like it never happened. If we can wait out 31 years, we can just wait it up, not realizing that the child is going to grow up and be an adult and then come out and tell her story, which she absolutely did. Let's do a similar story to the good rice today. We'll do that at the end. I'll finish up with that. That's a good idea. We'll do that. So here is this guy. Here is this this Bhakti Chaitanya Swami being a Swami and just going ahead and being like, hey, I protect these guys and I don't care. I don't care.
You'll get a lot of mercy, and you'll be very happy and make a lot of progress in Krishna consciousness. This is what happens if we try to preach and distribute Srila Prabhupada's books seriously. I think we all know very well that Prabhupada gave special emphasis to book distribution, even more than Harinam or any other type of way of presenting Krishna consciousness. It's really something very special. Of course, it's...
So this guy wants to sit there again. He wants to sit there again like another super Hindu, a super white Hindu, and talk about the essence of Krishna consciousness and what it means to be Krishna conscious and all this bullshit stuff, while he's actively protecting pedophiles. Just protecting before sannyas. Bhakti Chaitanya. Yeah, these guys, they just, well, we know that they're not holy men, but they just don't even look like they like you wouldn't even suspect unless they told you, and you saw him with the flowers and all these people worshiping him. There's no way you would think that this guy could be any kind of a holy man. It is, and I don't know why the volume on some of these videos is so low. Here's another one. He's the same guy.
To leave ISKCON, and I certainly pray to Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya that I never become foolish enough to do that. But the thing is that, at least if we look at the situation in principle, that ISKCON is truly a unique spiritual entity. And
dude, you protect pedophiles. I just can't get over the fact that these guys can sit there and lecture and act like they're a holy man when they know that they're covering up and protecting guys that are molesting little girls. Now, why would they do that? Because they don't think it's wrong. They don't think it's wrong. Because they don't think it's wrong, then they're going to forgive them. They're going to say, well, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says we got to forgive these guys. We got to forgive these guys or we'll become a ghost. And this guy, this is what I'm saying. This guy is no different than Gaura Hari. Look, he thinks if he sits there and chants and puts it on the internet, that we can watch it and we're going to giggle and laugh. I don't know what he thinks, but
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
I don't know who's more mental. Him sitting there thinking someone's going to sit there and watch that and listen to him chant, or the people that actually sit there and listen to that and watch him chant. They're both friggin' mental cases. That is, and that's just as, and no different than this. Ain't no different than this.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Tell me it's not the same thing. Tell me that's not. Tell me that's not the same thing. How is it any different? They both think they both sit there thinking that them mumbling that is somehow is making the world a better place. It makes them holy men, and it makes us hearing it and seeing it somehow I don't know. All gurus are insane. It's nuts. And where's this guy? Let me get to this. This is absolute insanity. This is insanity times 9. I can't. But again, this is no different than any of these other guys, Indra Yumna Swami or this other, whatever. It doesn't matter.
This is my wealth and all of this. But you don't know when they're at home and everything, that beautiful woman, you inside, they're only showing the outside. See? And you think the outside is the inside, but it's not. Usually if you have
God's holy name are you blathering about?
I've been teaching a long time that the resources of the world corrupt people.
He is just as full of shit and just as harmful as these other guys. That's why I like to bring him up, because he's just as bad. He's just as bad. And it's the same mental illness. It's the same mental illness. Let me see. Okay, we got some videos from Rafal, and then we'll do a little class. I guess we'll do a little reading. We'll do a little reading. Let's see.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna。我就唱不到，你唱。到你了。Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna。你就一直就看不到吗？我进来排队。一个来排队。Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna。好，到你了。Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna。
So there you are. I would say that these people that are teaching their kids to chant Hare Krishna and don't even know what they're doing. They don't know anything about this Prabhupada. They don't know anything about these gurus. They don't know anything about this child marriage. They don't know anything about the child abuse. They don't know anything about any of this stuff. All they know is, like, they got a book in Chinese or whatever it is. It says here, Chinese children chatting Hare Krishna. And I guarantee you that these people don't even know. They don't know anything about this cult. They don't know anything about this cult, how it damages people, the abuse, the child abuse, the sexual abuse, the domestic abuse. They don't know anything about that. It's just a matter of indoctrinating them. Just indoctrinate them, and you don't even know. You don't even know. They don't even know. It's
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Okay, what else we got here? We got okay, we did that one. Okay, so here's another. Here's another. I came across this video and I kind of wanted to show it. Because I've talked about this guy a lot. He did pass away, but hey, the guy was an abusive, horrible person. He was a horrible, horrible person. But I just wanted to show you how, like, they treat him like they're holy men. Whether they know he's a horrible person, or whether they don't know, or they don't care, that's just the way it is. And so here you go again with this. Here's this Narayan guy, the guy that tormented Rupa Manjari, tormented all of his wives. He's gonna sit there.
So this is a photograph of you, I think. Either that or you're not moving very much.
I'm so sorry. What did you say?
This must be a photograph of you.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Even that photograph I need to change too. It was about maybe 3 years ago, but
no, that's fantastic. So anyhow, that's trivial. And let me, did you ever hear of me before?
It's like they will promote anybody, and I don't care. It's like, this is like the last guy you would want to have. This is like the last guy you'd want to have a video of him talking about anything. The guy is a horrible person. The guy was a horrible person. Why would you want to talk to him, interview him, and even upload? I mean, this was uploaded 4 years ago. The guy passed away a while ago. Why would you even put this on there? This guy's like, this is the same thing. They put these videos of these gurus up. These gurus have done horrible stuff. You know, they got Bhavananda on there talking about this, and Rameshwar on there talking about this, and Hare Krishna talking, and they got videos of Narayan. Yeah, Tattva Darshan giving lectures. What's wrong with these people, man? I mean, seriously. What is wrong with these people? I mean, you're gonna put this guy on there? This Rupa Manjari said he's like he was the devil himself, but yet she did admit that, you know, women do like to be raped, so it's not completely his fault that he was raping her day and night every day of their marriage or whatever, and you know, if he was raping her and beating her, you know, he was mentally abusing her too. And she says that he abused all of his wives, and I believe it because I believe her. I'm just saying. The guy is pretty creepy. That's all I gotta say. But they have no problem promoting these kind of people, and they want you to think that it's a spiritual movement. I gotta ask you, Hare Krishnas that are in there, man, what is it about this that makes you want to stay in there, that makes you want to be in this thing? What is it? What is it about these people? Who are these people? What is it about these people that makes them want to worship them and drink the water off their feet, and call them Guru Dev and call them this and that? It is mental illness. It is mental illness. It's cosmic bullshit, cosmic debris. You don't give me that cosmic debris. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. And what's this? Oh, you know.
Don't sleep. Get up. Rascal, get up. This is the opportunity. Don't sleep. Get up. Rascal, get up.
हरि बोल प्रभु उठ जाओ.
Oh God.
प्रभु 3:30 बज गए.
You waking me again? I don't want to get up. Oh, I gotta get up. You gotta be. Oh man, not again. Good thing I sleep in my clothes. Ugh. Okay, take a shower. Oh, now I feel better. Okay, let me do this. Let me cosplay. Let me cosplay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
My life as a brainwashed pedophile cult member. That's what this is.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Oh, bliss, complete bliss. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Disciplined life. Prabhuji going to college to distribute books. He's going to college to distribute some books. Oh, he's gonna chant. He's gonna chant in class. Oh, so you can. It's more their. It's just more of their propaganda. But you can see the kind of life that they're leading. It's really sad. It's really sad. Let's see. How do I get? There we go. All right. Blissfully half asleep and exhausted. I know. Oh, well, okay. Let me get on to the. This is. I wanted to show this other video, but I showed that one by mistake. Let me see. This is this is hilarious. Okay, so we were talking about how devotees are like they don't care if you're sick. You know, they're like you're not the body, and we all know what it's like. So so this girl made a video of what it's like to be a Hare Krishna. What it's like to be sick when you're what it's like to be sick when you're a Hare Krishna. Let me see. I missed a couple. Somebody said they were in love with hot lips. What was that? I mean, I don't know. Oh, hot lips is in love with their American guru Gaur Hari. I've seen this very often in the cult. Yeah, I think he's working her. I think he's working her, man. It's not a healthy relationship. That's what I'm saying. It's not a healthy relationship, especially if she has issues. If she has issues and he's taking advantage of her, it's not gonna work out. I'm telling you, it's not. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know you're immune to it until you join, and then once you join, you're like, oh, okay. It's not in the morning; it is the middle of the night. Okay, it's the middle of the night. 4 o'clock is the middle of the night. Because if you get up at, let's say you get up at 8, right? That's another 4 hours of sleep. And if you have 8 hours of sleep and you're getting up at 8 in the morning, so 4 o'clock is the middle of the night. That's the middle of your sleep. So now you gotta go to sleep 4 hours earlier than you would. This is fucking insanity. This is like a nightmare turned into reality. To be spiritually scammed, partake, give your all to a BS cult. I know it is, and that's why it's so sad when I see people joining and they're all excited to join. I want to say, this is the most exciting you're gonna get. It's all downhill, because once you're in it and you're chanting and you're getting up and you're freaking miserable. It's cosplaying. There's no happiness cosplaying. The only time you're happy when you're cosplaying is when you first put on a thing and you're like, hey, look at me, I'm cosplaying. But after you've been in that outfit for like a couple hours and you've done everything you're gonna do, and you're not Wonder Woman, you're not Spider-Man, you're just dressed up like it. And after that gets old, that shit gets old. You want to get out of that costume. You want to get out of it. That's crazy. So here, this girl made a video of what it's like to be sick in the Hare Krishnas, and I think I'm just kind of glad she did it, because it answers a lot of questions for a lot of people.
Here is a glimpse of my Hare Krishna life when I'm sick. I like to use natural medicines as much as I can. While I was sick this week, I drank a lot of tea.
Because they don't believe in real medicine. So of course, what else is there? I gotta use natural. I gotta drink tea. Because what else am I gonna do? I am gonna go into the doctor. I don't have insurance. I don't have any money. I'm just gonna drink some tea.
And this is the best tea I have for sickness. At least it has lemon, hibiscus, peppermint, and more.
Now, I'm not saying, don't drink tea when you're sick. You have a cold, stuffy nose, sore throat, congestion, whatever it is. You drink some tea, you feel better, whatever. But if you're sick, because she says in here that she was in bed for 3 days. If you've been in bed for 3 days and you feel sick and all you're doing is drinking tea, I don't know, maybe you should see a doctor. Maybe.
I ran out of honey though. I used it all up throughout the week. Sometimes in the name of practicing bhakti, we neglect our physical health or mental health or emotional health. And I really don't think that's productive.
Well, why? She just jumps over the why. Sometimes in bhakti, we neglect our mental health or our physical health. And she says, and I really don't think that's productive for our spiritual life. So, well, why are you doing it? Why do you do that? What's the cause of that neglect? What's the cause of that neglect? I mean, you admit it, and she's admitting that it's a Hare Krishna trait. She needs some good rice. She needs some good rice is what she needs. She needs something. She needs some chicken soup, some good chicken soup, maybe a meatloaf sandwich, maybe a cheeseburger with her left hand. Maybe that's what she needs.
For our spiritual life. If you're physically unwell, then the more you take care of yourself in that time where your body is not doing well, the quicker you'll be able to come back into balance and be able to offer yourself at your best. And it's really the same emotionally and mentally. If you're not doing well mentally, if you're not doing well emotionally, taking care of your mind, taking care of your heart for that time when you're not feeling good is going to allow you to come back into balance better and more ready. I think that not taking care of our bodies, our mind, and our heart is actually a disservice and prevents us from making healthier progress and offering something.
And that's why I just drink tea. I just drink tea, and I've convinced myself that drinking tea will make me healthy because I do feel like we need to be healthier, and I don't go to the doctor or anything. I just drink tea. I just drink tea. So I actually don't even believe in what I'm saying.
Of better quality. By the end of the week, I was able to chant outside. It was really nice to get some fresh air.
All right, we're gonna have a conversation with this knucklehead Hare Krishna guy. He's back. He keeps coming back, and I just have to say, you keep coming back because you want to get deprogrammed, but you don't know it. You want to hear the truth, so you're attracted to the truth. There's 4 kinds of people that watch my channel: those that want power, those that want money, those that are inquisitive, and those that want to know the absolute truth. So you've come in here because you want to know the absolute truth. You're inquisitive and you want to know the absolute truth. So this is why you come in here, and because you're stupid and you don't know what I'm talking about, you think I'm an ex-Hindu. You think I don't like Hinduism, and that just shows how stupid you are, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this pedophile cult started by Prabhupada, and nothing's over. You're just a big idiot. You're just a big fucking idiot. I know, she's wasting her, this woman is wasting her best years in a cult that hates women. I know, it just blows my friggin' mind. Not only that, but this guy blows my mind too. This guy blows my mind because he's come in like 3 different shows. He's come in here like 3 different times, and he still doesn't understand what I'm talking about. He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't get it. And I'm more worried about this guy. I feel like this guy's got real mental issues because he just doesn't understand what I'm talking about, and he wants to talk about something else. And you're in the wrong channel. You got to go find the Hindu channel. I don't know, over for who? The guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. He you know what? I don't give a fuck what you have to say, dude. It's in Prabhupada's books. Go read Prabhupada's books. You don't read Prabhupada's books? If you don't read Prabhupada's books, good for you. Now go somewhere else and stop interrupting. She could use some vitamin D. I know, she's like, the guy wants to argue about Nrsimhadev killing the little kids. You're so
For the
stuck on
first
that.
few days, I was stuck in bed. Just like we have loving relationship in this world, we have a one eternal.
All right, so I would ask her, what loving relationship do you have in this world? Name a person or a thing or someone that's not a Hare Krishna that you have a loving relationship with. Because my guess is that she doesn't have a loving relationship with anybody. That she only has a loving relationship with this imaginary God that she imagines is playing a flute in Goloka Vrindavan. That fantasy, that mythological person, this character in literature, this literary character in this Hindu mythology that she thinks is real, that's who she loves. But she can't have a loving relationship with a real person, because real people are demons and karmis and malechas and yavanas and rakshasas. And she doesn't really have, she says she loves Hare Krishna devotees. You know, she'll say the prayers to him, Vancha Kalpatarabhas Cha, Kripa Sindhu Abharbhayeva Cha, whatever the fuck it is. She'll say that. But devotees don't even love each other. They don't give a fuck about each other. They don't give a fuck about each other. They don't give a fuck about their kids. They let the lion god fucking just smack their kids around, stomp on them, rip them apart, put their shit all around them. That's what they don't give a fuck about their kids. ISKCON and its founder are all a scam, and that's what these weirdos need to know. He's coming in here to hear it. He's coming in here to hear it because he knows it's the truth. He knows it's the truth. Otherwise, he wouldn't come in here. I would not go and waste my time to hear somebody talk about something that I didn't want to hear about. I wouldn't go and sit and watch somebody talk about something that I don't want to hear about. They don't care about each other. They don't care about each other. They don't fucking care about each other. They don't care about their kids. They don't care about each other. Now, pedophiles, that's another story. they protect those guys. They can't get enough of them. Oh, this is the best Swami you're ever gonna meet. Don't worry about all the children that he molested. And this guy, well, he ran off with a 13-year-old. Don't worry about him either. He's a great guy. And the other guy, yeah, he did a lot of fucked up shit. But man, think of all the money that he raised. Think of all the money that he raised. And I know that other guy got caught in a hotel with 12, 14-year-old girls. But you know, he's got. Did you hear about his farm project? He's got this really cool farm with like 60 kids in the school. I mean, isn't that something? Let's not forget about that. Every prayer is dehumanizing. Every prayer is a humiliation ritual. I lay down in front of my spiritual master like a straw in the street with grass in my teeth, and I'm like the lowest wretched person ever, and he's just the most highest, greatest thing that's ever walked the face of the earth, and he's in the parampara, and yet I'm a wretched, nothing piece of shit, and that's my prayer. Oh, thank you, Guru Dave, for being such a great person, and I'm such a low piece of shit. Can I just say that like 1,000,000 more times today? 50-50 swamis, man. That's the best kind of swami, because then you don't have to put the work in. You know, you just pretend, and then you just no harm, no foul, no harm, no foul. That's what these Ritviks are. Hey, I'm a good enough guru. I don't have to be good. I only have to be good enough. I don't have to actually be a guru. I can just be good enough guru, because I'm not really initiating you. I'm not a guru like that. I'm not a real guru. I'm a good enough guru. I'm good enough to do the little thingy, and I can do the swaha, and I can do the ghee, and I can build a little campfire. And I can say the swaha, and I can say I can do that. I can do that. But that other guru stuff, I'm not good enough for that. I'm just good enough to do the little fire. I do the little fire thing. I got it. I can do the fire thing. I can do the fire thing. That's good enough for me. And no harm, no foul. That's it. No harm, no foul. You know, if I fall down, you're still good. You know, because if I fall down, you're still good. You know. Yeah, with the Sanskrit prayers, half the time I learned the Sanskrit words and melody, but I didn't know the English translation. Some of the tunes were nice enough. I had this thing, like, I'm not good at memorizing stuff. You know, like, I can read, I can understand it, but like I'm not good at like memorizing verses. Obviously, I don't know one verse. I don't know any of these verses, right? And I can't remember these prayers. So I could never remember these prayers, you know, this Vancha Kalpa Tarabi. I could never remember. I would remember it when I'd hear it. Like I could say it along. When people are saying it, I could say it along with it and like fake it till you Vedic. But if you had to just ask me, like, hey, Mike, what's that? Get down and offer the prayer. I would be like, I wouldn't know it. I'd have to hear, like, once it got going, it'd be like, oh, because it's kind of like a song. It's kind of like a song. So, you know, if you hum a few bars, and I hum a few bars, and I'll get it. Swaha. Yeah, exactly. Swaha. All their songs are about creating self-hate and disgust for oneself. We are all bags of blood, pus, urine, and stool, right? Except Prabhupada. He was God, pure devotee, married to a lemonade. Yeah, he was not. He somehow Prabhupada didn't take a shit like we did. Somehow Prabhupada was able to like take a shit and like it didn't get on his ass, and when it came out, it was like glowed like gold or something. I don't know. And like he didn't have to wipe his ass because it was like the perfect consistency to just slide out of his ass into the toilet and and it glowed. It just filled the room with this amazing light. That was Prabhupada's shit. Okay, so we got these kids. We did the kids. We did. Oh wait, no, we didn't. We got the girl being sick. The girl being sick.
Is meant to help us remember that. The scriptures say there's no hard and fast rules to chant the holy name.
There's no hard and fast rules to chant the holy name, except the 4 regulative principles and all the other rules and regulations that go along with it. Because it's not just 4. I mean, there's a bunch of shit you got to do. Okay, but again, there's no hard and fast rules to chant the holy name. Just know that if you're not following any rules, you're committing aparad. You're committing namaras or namabas or whatever. Nama something. Just walk away. Exactly. Where is that one?
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Yeah, 4 regulative principles and 10 offenses. So there's no hard and fast rules, just 4 regulative principles and 10 offenses. Yeah, exactly.
Chanting the holy name is bhakti. Because just like when we're in love with someone, we think of their names constantly. Chanting the holy name is a reminder of our love for God. And so even if I'm sick, even if I'm depressed, I will chant. I will keep my commitment to chanting japa, to chanting Hare Krishna, because there's no time to waste. And if that means that I need to chant in my bed because I'm bedridden or because my mind is dragging me down.
Well, there you go. There's that brainwashing. There's that brainwashing. Just give up your survival instincts and accept their beliefs and give up your survival instincts. I'm going to lay in this bed. Even if I'm dying in this bed, I'm going to chant Hare Krishna because I don't give a fuck, because this is what they keep telling me to do. It was said at the time of death, Prabhupada passed stool and it smelled like sweet roses. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't smell like sweet roses. And it's fucking, and they'll tell you anything. They don't want you to think that Prabhupada just shit like a normal person, like, you know. Shit, that brings the memories. Freaking creep Ghostbuster Ananda was forcing me to learn these slokas non-stop. Yeah, you know, if Yashoda never tried to get me to learn anything. I mean, he would always encourage me to, you know, to learn stuff, but he was never trying to get me to memorize anything. But if he had, I don't know how I would have reacted to that, because I was just like, you know, I'm learning. I know what I know. I know what I know. I don't need to memorize this shit and spew it out like I'm some kind of cosplaying super Hindu. I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't like that. It bothered me. It bothered me. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. Jaya Potato Head mumbles the prayers as we sat beside him and giggling at his fakery. Yeah, you know, these guys are no they're faking it. They're faking it just like this guy. I mean, you really gotta be mental. You really gotta be mental. And like Knitting Cult Lady says, you really gotta be mental, and you really gotta be tasting. You really gotta be tasting the Kool-Aid. You gotta be tasting your own Kool-Aid to really think. To be at this stage, and then to have this going on. You got the yawning man. You heard of Burning Man? Well, this is Yawning Man. This guy is always yawning. I guess it's early in the morning for him. He's not good at Mangalartik.
He said,
The
the
yawning
kingdom
man
of
over
God
there.
is not given to them, but to you. That's the kingdom of God, is knowing the conclusive meaning of these stories. Bhakti Vinod said, usually the acharyas don't give you the meaning. Okay? Because you got to go through the purification. You got to, you got inside you, Putana.
I just can't, what's wrong with my computer here? It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind that this guy is able to fool these people and trick these people, and they can't see it. They just can't see how ridiculous this guy is. I listen to this guy blather, and all I can think of is,
what in God's holy name are you blathering about?
And yet they sit there and they think it all makes sense to him. I just don't get it. Hey, Greg, it's 7249, man. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you in here. Yeah, I know. That's what it is. That's exactly it, man. That's exactly God damn it. Oh, God damn it. That is too funny. That is the funniest thing, man. I love fake human. Fake human is the best. It's just, oh man, it's just too much. It's Trey Martin. Some of my best friends are beautiful ex-devotee women who became alcoholics from the trauma they experienced in the cult. Most of the time, they commit suicide. I'm trying to help them out. Yeah, it's really sad. That's really sad, and that's why I'm saying people don't realize how much this cult can mess people up, and you don't have to be abused by it. You're abused by it. You don't have to be sexually abused or domestic abuse. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to be like. You don't have to marry a Narayan or go to the Gurukula. You can just listen to this guy. You listen to this guy enough, and I'm being honest. I am being 100%. You listen to this guy enough and believe what this guy is saying, because he doesn't do nothing but talk in circles. He just talks bullshit. Well, you need the purification, man. You got to get purified. If you don't hear it from the right source, man, you got to be connected to the Parampara, man. And that's what these ISKCON gurus don't. They don't get it, man. They might think they're connected through this thing, but they don't feel the taste. They're not getting the taste, that bhava, that rasa bhava. They don't get it. But you guys feel it, right? You guys feeling it? Yeah, of course, because we're feeling it, because we're connected. Because I'm connected. I'm connected, and we're connected. And we're all connected here. Just like Lord Chaitanya said when he was sitting with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he said, "You are all my intimate associates." And they all were like, Jai. Yeah, this is bullshit. It can go on forever with that bullshit. Go on forever and ever and ever and talk that bullshit and talk in circles and talk in these stupid stories and bring up this goddamn nonsense that makes no fucking sense. And go on and on and on and on and on. It never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. Like this one guy posted. This one guy said, well, are these books any good? Like, if you're not a devotee, are they good for anything? And somebody said, you only need to read one. It's the same fucking book over and over and over and over again. And no, it's not. It's bullshit. It's the same bullshit over and over. It's whether it's Queen Kunti saying bullshit, or Kapila Dev saying the bullshit, or Vidura saying the bullshit, or Dronacharya saying the bullshit, or Arjuna saying the bullshit, or Chaitanya saying the bullshit, or Bhakti Siddhanta. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the same bullshit. It's just a different conversation. This is a conversation between Sukadev Goswami and Maharaj Pariksit. And in that conversation is a conversation of when Vishnu was talking to Narada. And in that conversation, there was a conversation from when Lord Brahma was talking to Lord Shiva. And that's when they were talking about devotional service to the Supreme Personality of God. It's all fucking insanity, man. And once you see it, once you can see it, it's, again, I'm going to say it again. It's like one of those 3D pictures that it just jumps out at you. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's all you see. That's all I see. That's all I hear is this bullshit. Is this freaking bullshit.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Over and over and over again. No matter where you go in this friggin' idiot's lecture or conversation, it's the same bullshit.
Okay? So there's a little result, but not like when you're on that, you're a Bhagavad Gita 10:10 verse. You know, worshiping, loving ecstasy, you really feel that auspicious. You feel like everything has changed, full of joy, the world, everything works in your life beautifully, you know.
The only difference, I'm going to tell you right now, the only difference between this guy, this nut, this complete wacko lunatic, and the ISKCON wacko lunatics is the ISKCON wacko lunatics, they have a whole organization around them that funnels them people. He doesn't. He's got to get his people organically, through word of mouth and his YouTube channel, or however he gets his fall. He finds hot lips and yawning man. I don't know how he does it, but that's, you know, he's got 5 or 6 people that come in here and yawn and cry and giggle, whatever. But these ISKCON gurus, they have a whole organization that just funnels people to them. So the people are walking in every day. There's somebody walking in every day with a book going, what am I doing? What am I doing? And they're like, oh, well, we got all these gurus. You can, and then, you know, eventually he finds his way to Bhaktivinoda Swami or Indra Yumna Swami or Sri Dayananda Swami or whoever. That's what they do. This guy doesn't have that luxury. Otherwise, he would be the same. He'd be the same. If I remember correctly, the Yanni man has been with Hot Lips. I don't know anything about this as the world turns, as the ashram turns. I don't know anything about Oh, he has beef? Oh, he has beef. He has beef. Oh, my goodness. Again, more as the world turns. She gets around. She goes around. She gets around. Yeah. This cult, yes, all ex-devotee women are beautiful inside and out with great hearts. This cult prays. It does. It preys on good people, and that's what I say. You know, they want you to act like, oh, there's so much pedophilia and all these scams and everything, because you know these scammer people join, and these people have infiltrated so many bad people. No, you fucking teach this to them. You teach people how to be scammers. You teach people how to be fakers. You teach people how to cosplay. You see what your whole organization is. Your whole organization is teaching people how to scam. Go scam with these books. Go scam for donations. Go scam, act like you're a Hindu and you're out on the street and you're raising money for this or that. Just go out and scam. Yeah, I hope he sounds like he is. I hope you're able to help a lot of these ex-cult members. And it's really sad. And that's why it's sad when I see people that are joining, that are new, and they're like, hey, I just joined, I have a question. And you know that they're not going to get a straight answer. They're not going to get an honest answer. Like the lady that was like, hey, you know, I'm a feminist, and do I have to give up my feminist beliefs to join this woman-hating, homophobic cult? Sexist, homophobic cult? Oh, no, you don't have to do that at all. No. ISKCON is very, you know, women's lib all the way. Yeah. Oh, come on, man. I know. And like Knitting Cult Lady explains it, it's they lock into those beliefs, and then they just turn over their self determination, the secure survival instincts, and this survival instincts for their children. Just turn it over. Just turn it right over. And like that other lady was saying, people will adhere to beliefs that are damaging to themselves. Like women can't vote. You got women that are promoting the idea that women should not be voting. And it seems crazy. It seems crazy, but that's the world. That's the world. And we've got female devotees, women, that join ISKCON and want to bring more women into this miserable, sexist, women-hating cult where they're not happy. Like this Rupa Manjari. This Rupa Manjari is being raped by Narayan, right? Probably, I don't know. I don't know. She said he was raping her. That's probably how she got pregnant. Who knows if she even wanted to have a baby with him? But this is what happens. You have a Rupa Manjari in there being abused, and yet she's still in there, and she's bringing in other people by going on book distribution and promoting her husband as some great guy. Oh, my husband is this, and my husband is that, and he wouldn't do that. And meanwhile, and bringing people in and not telling people the truth. She never once told anybody that this guy was abusing her and raping her. Probably because she was scared of him. And I don't blame her for that. But I don't blame her for being scared of Narayan, of his 80-year-old elderly man beating up on her. I understand what she was going through, but I think she waited too long to get help. She should have got help sooner. And that is not only helping herself, but helping other people too. I think she waited, well, we all wait till the last minute. I mean, but it's just sad. Even now, after everything that she's been through, after all the trauma that she's been through, she still sits there on the video and says, well, it's my fault because Prabhupada was right. Women do like to be raped. Women are less intelligent. And she's still brainwashed, Stockholm Syndrome, the whole thing. So it's a weird place to be. Because I feel sorry for her. I feel, she's a real victim. Of course she's a victim. She's real hurt. If she's so messed up in her head, she can't recognize the harm that's been done to her. Because she's being harmed by staying in it. She's been so messed up by it that she doesn't even realize that she needs to get out of it. That is how horrible this cult is. And you know what? I sit here, I talk about Rupa Manjari. This woman, it ain't no different than this. This Hot Lips is just another Rupa Manjari because she's being abused, whether she knows it or not. This guy's abusing her, taking advantage of her, telling her that he's some kind of guru, and he's taking her back to Godhead or giving her this or giving her that. Totally taking advantage of her, misleading her, just like Rupa Manjari. The same way Narayan was misleading Rupa Manjari and telling her that she's a dumb woman, less intelligent, this and that, and abusing her and getting her to do whatever he wanted her to do. And this guy's got her brainwashing and thinking that he's Guru Dev Maharaj, and whatever he says that she should do, chant and giggle, act a fool, and that she thinks that that's somehow a ticket to Godhead or something. It's friggin' disgusting. It really is. It's friggin' disgusting. And you think she's got mental problems now. When she realizes it's all bullshit and he been fucking with her head, the same way I realized that Yashodanandan and all these guys fucking with my head, and then I realized that Prabhupada and all those guys fucking with my head too. Hey, she gonna be really fucked up. We really fucked up. Just like this, who was it, Trey? Was it so you're saying that the women want to commit suicide. You said Trey Martin Watts. You said some of these women, after the way they've been treated, they want to commit suicide. And these children want to commit suicide. Yeah, I can understand it. And my friend Jog Jivan committed suicide. Nrsingananda's son committed suicide. And if this woman's not careful, she could be pushed over the edge. She's thinking that this guy is some pure devotee guru in line from Lord Chaitanya and this and that and Mahadevi and the good rice and all that stuff. And she finds out it's not. Freaking insanity, man. Freaking insanity. And it's not just insanity. This is dangerous. And that's why I say it's dangerous. It fucks with your head. It's just as dangerous as Jim Jones, the Moonies, Heaven's Gate, Waco. I'm telling you, it is. And I know I sound crazy when I say that, but I know I'm right. I know I'm right. It's just as bad as Scientology and all of these cults, all of them. Broken families, many cases, myself, my sister included. Yeah, I mean, nativity, sensitive folks, fragile, looking for love. Then you come to freaking ISKCON, Mahafrat. I know, it's, life is hard enough. That's what I'm saying. I said this before. Life is hard enough with the ups and downs. Just living life is hard enough. And then you got, and then you get involved with this shit. Then you get involved with this shit. It's just that talk about bad karma. That's just bad luck, man. I'm telling you. I've been sending your videos to them, Mike. Hopefully they will get the courage to join the live classes one day. Please know your videos are helping them big time. Thanks. Wow, that's really, I had no idea, but thank you, and I appreciate that. Anything I can do, man, if I can help anybody, that's really what I want to do. But I'm pretty rough around the edges. I don't pull any punches or anything. So I don't pull any punches. So I hope they can handle. You can handle me. I want to do a little Bhagavad Gita, I guess. I don't know. Should we do Bhagavad Gita? Because that one guy's doing Bhagavad Gita. I mean, if that guy can do Bhagavad Gita, I can do Bhagavad Gita, I guess. Right? I mean, did you ever see Sloan Das shot up body autopsy photos? I saw those after I left. I didn't see those when I was in, but I saw the autopsy or the crime scene photos or the autopsy photos. I saw that recently. It was very disturbing. It made it very real. It made it made it very real. Yes, it can happen to you. This can happen to you. This can happen to you. And I didn't know how prevalent the death threats are or the threatening language when you leave. I thought that was just me. I didn't realize that's common. It's common to get. I don't know why. But I guess it is. If you don't just slink away, you can get some repercussions. Evidently, that's what they say. During the second half of the 90s, Indra Yumna had like an army of 70 ISKCON Festival summer group. They were selling Hong Kong paintings out of 45 ladies. Yeah, so those paintings were Veda Guya. Somehow Veda Guya was making money off of those paintings. Like Veda Guya is like one of these Ritviks. He's one of these. He's got a lot of money. He made money from paintings. He made money from these paintings. I guess maybe he may have been the importer. He may have been the importer that was providing the paintings to the devotees that were selling them. or to the guru so that they could have their people sell them. However, I don't know how it worked. I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I know that Veda Guya was making money off of those paintings. Yeah, she's like his number one. She's his number one. She works live and hosts a stream of her own promoting him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You get involved with these people, just like I was working with Yashoda. I wasn't washing his feet or anything, but I was like, if he told me, hey, I need some work on my computer, when can you come to my house and do it? I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll come right away and I'll fix your computer. And I would drive all the way to Downey and I would fix his computer or install something or whatever. And I'd drive back home. And then, a day later, he'd call me up or something. And he'd say, hey, I need you to post this article. I'm going to email it to you. I need it online right away. And I'd be like, okay. And I was doing all kinds of shit for him for free. So I know how that goes. I know exactly how it goes. And he had no problem delegating work because he knew he was a Swami, so he knew how to do it. He knew all the games. He knew how to play all the games with everybody. He was like a total manipulator. He would he'd give me work to do and he'd give other people work to do. Indra Yumna is such a gang mafia leader. Yeah. They're all like little mafia leaders. They're all like they're. So okay. So let me see. We got to do. Let me get into the library here. And is there anything somebody wants me to read and do a class? I'll read anything. It doesn't have to be Bhagavad Gita. You can pick anything from the. Here, I'll show you. You can pick anything from here. Teachings of Lord teachings of Queen Kunti, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, a second chance. We're gonna do a second chance. Story of a near-death journey of self-discovery, on the way to Krishna, path of perfection. Yeah, we should put it on a wheel. We should do a wheel and we can spin it. How about if we do Nectar of Devotion? And do Nectar dedication to the. So if we start at the dedication to the 6 Goswamis, I mean, maybe we could do that. I guess that's as good a place. That's as good a place as any to start, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I guess. Why not? And just so you know, let's see. I'm not trying to brainwash anybody. I'm not trying to indoctrinate anybody. So I'll definitely not. This is not going to be like an indoctrination class. But let's just we'll okay. So I'm not going to read. I'm not going to read this Bengali version or whatever it is. But it says here, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Krishna. Wow. So, I'm supposed to give a class on that? I'm supposed to give a class on that. Sri Stupid Goswami. That's pretty funny. The The 6 stupid Goswamis. Yeah. What are you saying here? I joined when I was 14. I left the temple in my 20s, but recovered years later. You left when you 6 years, 6, 7, 8. So you did like what, like 8, 10 years, something like that. 8 years, 10 years. Yeah, that you need some. 10 years in a cult. You gotta recover from that. You gotta recover from that. And then you gotta and then it's like. And then you're older. You're like 10 years older than you were when you joined, and life is, life has got. You met your first girlfriend. You're almost 30, so like you're behind. It's like you got left. You got left back in school. It's like you're in your 30s, but you're living your 20s, because your 20s you were in your teenage years. You were in the cult. So now you're 30 and you're living like you're 17. Yeah, it's kind of a drag. Okay, so what do I want to say about the 6 Goswamis? I'm going to say this about the 6 Goswamis. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I don't even know that these are real people. And I know that a lot of you out there are going to be like, Mike, we know that they're real people. There's, the 2 brothers were in the thing, and there's a record of them, and there's all these things. Okay, fine. I get that. So 2 of them, 2 out of the 6, we can verify through government records, historical records, that 2 of them did actually exist. But do we know? But what else do we know about them? We know. Okay, so out of the 6, we know that there were 2. There's 2 that we can verify were real people. Through government records. The other ones, we only know that they have a samadhi as proof that they were real people. And again, let's say, so out of the 6, only 2 we can prove through government records, but the other 4, you can say, well, there's samadhis for those people. Okay, I'll say this. You go into the Radha Damodar temple, they'll pull out Krishna's footprint and go, look, this is Krishna's footprints right here in the rock. He stepped down in there. And another temple, they'll pull out a thing and they'll go, this is Krishna's thumbprint. He put his thumb in there. Do you believe that? You can go into temples and they'll pull out a rock and they'll go, this rock Shiva gave to Lord Rama 3 million years ago. And it's got his little bow thing where he scraped his bow across the rock, and it made a mark in the rock, and you can see it. You believe that? You really believe these things? People say a lot of things about a lot of things about a lot of people, and I'm not trying to be argumentative or anything. I'm just saying. There's so much bullshit in this cult that even if all 6 guys were real, and I'm not convinced all 6 guys were real. Even if you could prove all 6 guys are real, I'd say, but did they do what they say they did? Did they were they very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings? Or are they just exaggerating, these guys? We don't really know. I know that all this other shit's bullshit. I know it's all bullshit. So you want me to say, oh, it's all bullshit up to this part. And then this little part's real, and then all the rest is bullshit. It's bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. 6 Goswamis, bullshit, bullshit. Nah, I don't play that game. I just don't. And I know I know I'm of a minority view. I'm sure there's others that agree with me. That go, hey, we just don't know that these 6 guys were real. Maybe they were real. Let's say they were real. Did they really do what they say they did? Did they really build all those temples? 600 years ago or 500 years ago or 400 years ago or 300 years ago? Were there people keeping records of these guys? I just say no. I say no. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's what I have to say. So this is like this. Thus they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. That sentence right there, of course this is a prayer, but that sentence right there just sounds like poetry that was written just to glorify these guys. You know, are there three worlds? Are they really honored all over the three worlds? What are the three worlds? There's the material world, the spiritual world, and I don't know. There's the three. I can't remember the three worlds. But are the six Goswamis really honored all over the three worlds? And are they really worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis? I don't know. I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. That's what I was saying. That's what I say. The six eunuchs of Vrindavan. I just picture. You walk around Vrindavan and you see these old guys, these old Hare Krishna guys, these old Vrijabasi guys. They look like the six Goswamis, sitting around under a tree or whatever and doing anything. Are they really expertly scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles? I don't think so. I don't think so. They may be sitting around reading reading and maybe chanting some mantras, maybe doing some meditation, maybe doing some yoga, maybe doing some asanas or something. I don't know what they were doing. But were they expertly, scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures? I don't think so. I don't think they had copies of all the revealed scriptures. I don't think they had copies of them. I think they had like one or two copies of like Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, maybe something else. That's about it. It was said that in medieval times there were so many pieces of the real cross of Christ that you could build a new ark out of it all. Yeah, well, okay, so I'll tell you a story. I don't know if I've told this story before, but when I was in Vrindavan, and I don't remember exactly which trip because I took a bunch of trips all kind of within a short period, like within 5 years I did like 3 trips or more. 2 with my daughter, and then I did 1 with Yashodananda, and I did 1 by myself, and they all blur together at this point because it was so long ago. But one of these trips, I was by myself, and I think I was either by myself or with my daughter, and we were in a temple. I remember what it was. So the guy that we were living in their house, this old man he was like this old Vaishnav guy. His name was Haridas, and he owned the house, and he had a temple. He had his own house that was a temple in Vrindavan, like it was like this 200-year-old temple. Down in Loy Bazaar, he had like this old little temple thing. So he invited me down there. Maybe my daughter went too, I think. And he invited me to the temple. Come see my temple. He didn't really speak English, but he's like, you come, my temple, downtown, you come. So I'm like, okay. And he's like, it was because it was Guru Day or something. It was some day. And he's like, you come to my house. And we were like, okay. And we went. I think my daughter was with me. So we're in his house. It's like this old, it's like Radha Damodar temple, but it's little. It's like a little Radha Damodar temple, right? But it's like really old. It's like 300 years old or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, this guy lives in here. He's got his room over there where he sleeps, and there's the altar, and it's like this really old, like it's a really old temple. So but the deity in there, he's telling me the deity was it was a Gornitai deity, and then he had some other deity there too. And he's like, these deity is from somebody, you know, some historic figure owned those deities, and this is their temple, and now he's in it. Like he's just part of the people, you know, hereditary, the people that run the temple. It's like he's going to die, and then his son is going to take over, and then his son's going to take over. It's like that. So he's just there. He's the guy there now. So he's like telling me these deities belong to, I don't know, it could have been one of the six Goswamis. It could have been anybody. I don't know. But he's telling me these deities belong to so-and-so, and this deity is this, and it's, you know, 400 years old, and I think his son is there translating. I don't remember, but he's telling me the story, and then he says, I have the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's like, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I'm like, ooh. And he goes and he unlocks this cabinet and big padlock. You know, in India they have those big padlocks. Big padlock, unlocks this thing, he's got this thing, takes it out, blows on it like it's a Harry Potter magic book, all this dust. He unwraps this rag thing, and it's like this old book with wood, and then it's got the palm leaves in it that is written on the palm leaves. It's not the original, of course. It's not the original one, but it's like a very old copy. Anyway, he's like, I got, you know, he's like, I got it, and he's all excited, you know, because I guess he doesn't take it out all the time. So he's all excited. He gets to show it to me. So he unlocks and oh look, and he shows it to me, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. And and I'm looking, I don't touch it or anything, you know, because I don't want it to crumble. It's like 500 years old or whatever. I don't want it to turn to dust. But anyway, he's got it, and I'm looking at it, and he's kind of showing me, you know, he's showing it to me. And all of a sudden he picks it up and he puts it on my head, and he's like, starts saying some prayer. He's like, and I was like, ooh, I'm getting the mercy. So yeah, let me see. What are you saying here? Yeah, in Navadvip, Nityananda, part of our Gaudiya family temple, their family members or descendants claim to have the same books in it. Yeah, I figure it's like, I figure it's kind of like the, you go and they have the house where the gravity house where everything, water goes uphill and things roll sideways and all that. And you go to, you know, Knott's Berry Farm, they have one, and they have one in Northern California, and they have one in Las Vegas, and they have one in Ohio, and they have one in Florida. And they have those everywhere. Every tourist attraction has one. So yeah, I would imagine that every temple has to have something. You know, your niche. You got to have your Nityananda. But yeah, he had these deities. I can't remember. I'll never remember. But he had these deities, and these deities belonged to somebody. And then he had this Bhagavad Gita. Or the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But so my point is, do I believe that was the Chaitanya Charitamrita? No. Do I believe that those deities belong to whoever it was that he said it? Probably not. I mean, maybe, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that you get to go in there and go, oh, there's the mercy, and he puts it on your head, and you bow down, and you give him flowers, you give him a donation, and he gets his little bucket of rice, his good rice, and everybody's happy. That's kind of the point of the whole thing. But just to go back to what I'm saying is, like, I don't believe the six Goswamis. I just don't. I don't believe that they did. Okay, so this is the. I'm going to read a little bit more. This is the preface of the Nectar of Devotion, and I'm not going to read too much of it because it starts to get brainwashy and PTSD. So I'm just going to read a little bit of it. So he says, want a dark and mysterious temple, I recommend Sri Padmanabh Swami in Trivandrum, Kerala. Some ancient vaults, crazy stuff. Yeah, I did find that Varaha deity in a little tiny temple that was, it was like Indiana Jones, man. It was like some Indiana Jones stuff. And it's interesting. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting. If it wasn't like that, it wouldn't. I'd be bored. I would be bored if it was just a big temple right on the main road and everybody's walking in, and then you go in and you see that, and then you come out and you go, okay, take me down a little crooked street, down around. We got to try to find our way around. Get some chai on the way. Stop. Pet the cow. Turn around, go, get lost, come back, go in, and then you finally find this deity that's not real anyway. But that to me is a lot more fun. So here the preface. He says, we'll get a little bit more of this. Here's the preface. He says, the Nectar of Devotion is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which was written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. He was the chief of the 6 Goswamis, who were the direct disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he first met Lord Chaitanya, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was engaged as a minister in the Muhammadan government of Bengal. He and his brother Sanatana were then named Dabir Khas and Sakara Malik, respectively, and they held responsible posts as ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. At that time, 500 years ago, the Hindu society was very rigid, and if a member of the Brahmana caste accepted the service of a Mohammedan ruler, he was at once rejected from the Brahmana society. Oh, so there you go. So they were actually shunned, I guess. That's what they want you to think. So that's the story is. And you can kind of see where they're going with the story. That Lord Chaitanya is so merciful and his movement is so magnanimous that it's open to everybody, even some Mohammedan some guys that were working for the Mohammedans, and so they were rejected from Hindu society, but Lord Chaitanya accepted them. Not only did Lord Chaitanya accept them, he elevated them to the topmost position possible, and not only that, but Rupa Goswami, he was the chief. He was the chief of the he was the chieftain of the Goswamis. I didn't know they had a chief, but he was the chief of the 6 Goswamis. So it was Rupa and the 5 Goswamis. If you want to really want to get down to it, it was Rupa and the 5 Goswamis. That's how and you know what? I'm going to call them that from now on. I think I'm going to call it the Rupa and the 5 Goswamis. I think it's a much better description because he was the chief. And if you don't recognize him as being the chief and say Rupa and the 5 Goswamis, then you're not fixed up. See, that's why I'm going to say it right now. That's why I'm Bhakti Venmo Sri Mukunda Swami. I actually know that the right nomenclature is Rupa is the chief. So it's Rupa and the 5 Goswamis. It's Rupa and the 5 because he's the chief. And if you're not connected to my parampara, you won't know that. See, These guys, they don't know. They don't know. These guys don't know. These guys don't know. Rupa had some good Muslim rice. Yeah, so good. I'm sorry. I say Muslim because here I am. That's what they say here. So I kind of pick up the language, kind of like, but it's Muslim. Rupa had some good Muslim rice. Rupa and the Five Stooges. Rupa and the Five. That's funny. Rupa and. What do I got for that? Do I have anything for that? I don't have anything for that. Yes, I do. That's Rupa. Rupa and the Five Stooges right there. Boop. So there was that was Curly Goswami. Curly Goswami was actually the seventh. He was the seventh Goswami. So it was Rupa, Sanatana, Rupa, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, Gopal Bhatta, and Curly Bhatta. Curly Bhatta Goswami. I don't know if it was Curly Bhatta or they want to get in on the cosplay. Get in on the cosplay. So it was it was Rupa Goswami and Curly Bhatta Goswami. Oh man, that's too funny. Oh, you numbskull. Oh, you numbskull. So, what is it? Okay. So it says that was the position of the two brothers, Dabir Kaz and Sakara Malik. They belonged to the highly situated Sarasvata Brahmana community, but they were ostracized due to their acceptance of ministerial posts in the government of Hussein Shah. It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these two exalted personalities as his disciples and raised them to the position of chief and the five Goswamis. And what does it say? And raised them to the position of Goswamis, the highest position in Brahminical culture. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya accepted Haridas Thakur as his disciple, although Haridas happened to be born of a Mohammedan family, and Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya of chanting the holy name of the Lord. There we go. And and that is the opening of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Prabhu Fraud. Look at these idiots thinking they're only collecting cash in the very lives of their disciples under false pretenses. What goes around comes around. Yeah, I hope it does. I hope they get theirs. I really do. I really do hope they get theirs, man. I live for that. Haridas Thakur was also Asalekam. His name Chaitanya. We got to get that. We got to pronounce it right. The Hindus proud to convert Muslims. Tit for that. Yeah, that's funny. What is this? I hear there is real evidence that Chai Mahaprabhu actually defeated the Muslims and Buddhists in real debates. I don't know. Did that really happen? Did that really happen? Is there evidence of that? I mean, is there? So, if that happened, if Chaitanya debated these Buddhists and converted, the thousands of Buddhists or whatever, and whoever, wouldn't somebody have written about that? I mean, wouldn't there be somebody would have wrote about it? Somebody other than somebody other than right? I mean, somebody other than Curly would have wrote. I mean, wouldn't it be somewhere? I mean, wouldn't the Buddhists have written about it? Wouldn't the Buddhists be saying, yeah, remember that time when we got defeated by Chaitanya and that fucker converted all our guys? Wouldn't there be? Wouldn't there be? Wouldn't there be? Is there any real proof of the Chai Mahaprabhu? Well, that's what I say. That's what I say. Don't get me started with that. I say that Chaitanya wasn't even a real person. I say that maybe there was a person. It's like saying Chaitanya was a real person, like saying Jesus was a real person. Well, there could be people named Jesus. There could have been people running around named Jesus, and they were doing the same things that Jesus was doing. But that doesn't mean that the Jesus that they're talking about is that Jesus. You know? They're like, they could say, well, you know, there was a Mike Sandoval. Well, there's a lot of Mike Sandovals. There's a lot of Mike Sandovals. There's fictional characters named Mike Sandoval. There's a fictional, I didn't even know this. There's a fictional character on some reality show or some web series or Netflix series, and the guy's name is Mike Sandoval. And I guess the guy was kind of like a bad guy. I don't know, the guy was a bad guy. So there you go. I mean, who's to say? I mean, show me definitive proof. Show me definitive proof of any of that. Of any the six ghosts. Oh, the six ghosts. There are samadhis, but I don't know what's in there. I just don't believe them because there's no historical Buddhist records or real historical records of Chaitanya defeating anyone or anything. Yeah, now, see, and that's what I'm saying. Was there a Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya? Did he convert Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya? Was he a real person? Are these real people? I mean, and if there was a Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, did he really convert? Did he defeat him in a thing? It's hard to say. It's hard to prove or disprove something that was happening in a little village in India 500 years ago. Especially when you don't have a body and you don't have a grave and you don't have any record of that shit. It's just hard to friggin' verify. And if it's hard to verify, then I can make up any goddamn story I want about the man. And I can say he died on a cross and he resurrected 3 days later and he did this and he did that and he made the blind see and he made the deaf whatever talk and he put a snake around his neck and he rode on a robber and he did all of these things and they tied a rope around him and to the mortar and then he threw the thing up in the tree and he can say anything about anybody if the person's not real. It's just like they can say anything about that Mike Sandoval character. They can say he did anything because that guy's not real. But I'm real. But I'm not him. It gets confusing. And it gets confusing now. Because you go, hey, did you see that video of that guy Mike Sandoval talking about the Krishnas? And they go, oh, you mean that guy on Netflix? No, not that Mike Sandoval. The other Mike Sandoval. Oh, you mean that guy that plays the horn? No, that's Pablo Sandoval. Not him. The other guy. Oh, I don't know who you're talking about. And they said, well, you don't know? I know the Mike Sandoval, the guy on the Netflix. That's what I know. You know what I mean? You know, we're over time. I think it's about time. I would like to do a magical mystery story, but I don't have one. Yeah, I say there's no historical proof of Chaitanya. I say there's none. I say there's none. I say there's none. I say there's none. I say there's no. I say there's no. Even from the beginning, from their own scam story, Mr. Chaitanya, we're all goofing on that. Chaitanya. took his dunda from totally opposite school. Freaks and scammers all over the place. Nothing is real. Nothing. Everything is possible. Exactly. They got, and that was one of the things. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know anything about schools and Vedanta or Advaita. I didn't know anything about that. I still don't know. I don't know all of that. I only know what's in Prabhupada's books. And when I heard, Chaitanya took initiation from Ishvari Puri, but his other guru was this other guy that gave, and I'm like, what? Well, he accepted this, but he got his dunda from him, and he was a Mayavadi, but he did this over there, and then that, it's like, oh, I see. That way, anything and everything is, all the bases are covered, is what you're saying. All the bases are covered. Now, I have to accept him as an expert because he got his thing from him, and he got his that, and he got his copings from this guy, and he got that from that guy, and that is proof that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is all a bunch of, it's a bunch of bullshit. I know. It's, but asking for real. I'm telling you how it is, man. I'm telling you how I feel. I can't tell you. I'm not a Chaitanya historian. I'm telling you my feeling. I don't believe he was a real person. And if he was a real person, if there was a real Nimai Pandit, you go, well, there was a Nimai Pandit, there's a birth certificate. Okay, well, what about this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu you keep talking about? Well, that was Nimai Pandit, became Chaitanya, huh? Oh, now you want me to believe that story. So now you got another story. You got a guy, he was named this, and then he became that, and then he became, you know, there's just too many. You know what I believe? I like Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie as Gornitai, where there's the two, you know, is Bert, and you got Ernie, and they're like, hey, good night, Bert. Good night, Ernie. That to me that's the best. Cover your bases. Cover your bases, soldier. Chaitanya, get your dumb ass back over here in the dead. Yeah, you got to cover your bases, man. You get. The only real person in Chaitanya Charitamrita is Madhavi Devi with the rice. And that story doesn't even make sense. And it's the best story. We're going to have to do that story again, because that's just the best story. Allegedly, tranny Chaitanya caught nothing but hate and disgust for women. Chaitanya taught nothing but hate and disgust for women, misogynist, child marriage, and dehumanized every individual in order to control it. Yeah, I think Chaitanya had a little girl wife too, didn't he? Chaitanya had a little girl wife too. Yeah, Bert and Ernie as Gornitai. I couldn't stop thinking about that. I think it was Ann that said it last night or the other night, and that just set me off. I mean, if I had an AI generator, I would say I want Bert and Ernie dressed up like Gornitai, and I want the other Muppets as the Panchatattva, and I want them all there. I want Fozzie as Advaita Acharya, and I want I don't know, the drummer, the animal as Srivas. I want them all. I want them all right there. We need to create a list of famous stories to go through them. Yeah, I mean, you guys, what we'll do is you guys need to give me some suggestions. We'll put it on a wheel, and we'll just spin the wheel. We'll spin the wheel, and whatever book pops up, and then we'll just open it up and just have some fun. That's, oh, with you, with Weird Planet, was that you, with the Gornitai? Fucking hilarious, man. Can you write some jokes for me? Because I got a gig coming up. I need some jokes. Vrindavan edition, yeah. Sesame Street, Vrindavan. Chaitanya, yeah. Yeah, Prabhu left his wife like Prabhupada was not attracted. Yeah, but he had one wife that was like a little girl, and then she died or something, or she died. Vishnu Priya, I forget. And then he married Lakshmi Priya, or Lakshmi Priya died, and he married Vishnu. He had two wives. He married one, she died, I guess, and then he married another one, and then he left her. He married a second. He's like, I got to have a second one to leave. My first wife died, so I got to have a second wife, and then as soon as I marry that one, I'm out of here. Okay. Dude, like, he was a scammer and a scumbag. He was just like, he married like an 11 or 12-year-old girl, Vishnu Priya. I guess he married Vishnu Priya or something, and then she died. And he's like, he got another wife, Lakshmi Priya or whatever, and then he's like, I'm out of here. And she's like, wait a minute, we just got married. We have to have a honeymoon first. And he's like, nah, I'm going to Puri. I'll see you on the flip side. I just walk away. Just walk away. Here's my humongous. Yeah, he told. I gotta bring these down because I got too many. I can't find what I want.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the Hara. Just walk away.
I guess you're right. You know, like Chaitanya taught this nonsense, and Prabhupada was like, "Well, I'll have an 11-year-old wife too, because if Chaitanya can have an 11-year-old wife, then I have an 11-year-old wife too, and then I'll just leave her like Chaitanya did. I'll just be like, I'm out of here. I gotta go sell some books. I gotta go sell some books. I'm out of here. Oh my God, that's too funny. Good night, Bert. Good night, Ernie. I gotta put my deities to sleep. Bert and Ernie. I gotta put Bert and Ernie to sleep. That's too funny. You know, and is anybody surprised that religious people are making up stories and putting them in books? I mean, is that a surprise to anybody? I mean, seriously. Is it a surprise that these people aren't real? These people in these books aren't real? You know, you think there was a Moses, there was a Jacob, there was a whatever. You think these people were real? And if they were real, did they do what they say they did? You know, I mean, making up stories, making up fake stories and putting them in books and saying these book stories are real. Everybody doing it, man. Everybody's doing it. These stories about Chaitanya and the 6 Goswamis and this and that. It's the same. You really think that deity walked? The Sakshi Gopal deity walked? You think Chaitanya's went into they want us to believe all of this stuff. They want us to believe this stuff. Like we're little kids. And I'm going to tell you, like, at one time, this stuff made sense. Yeah, like 1,500 years ago, 3,000 years ago, when people didn't know anything. And they're like, hey, listen, there's a guy up there, and he's sleeping. And out of his body comes all these planets. And they're like, really? Yeah. How do you know? Well, because that guy told me. And the other guy told him, and the guy told him, and it went and it told all, and you know who told him? The sleeping guy. The sleeping guy told him. And you go, wow, you want me to believe that? Yeah, because if you don't believe it, the sleeping guy is going to come, and all his friends are going to come, and they're going to, and I'm like, oh, well, shit, I don't want that to happen. Really? The lion god's going to come and then rip me open and, oh, well, shit, then you know what? I'll pray to the sleeping guy. I'm going to pray to the sleeping guy. I got no choice. But now, it's 3,000 years later, okay? I don't need to believe in the sleeping guy. And I don't need to believe in the guy going to rip my... I don't need to believe it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Hey, listen, it's been so much fun today, guys, guys and gals. So much fun. I'm having so much fun. I don't want it to end, but It's late, and we've been going 2.5 hours. Two old men on the balcony. The two old men, that's the two Raghunaths, Raghunath Bhatta and Raghunath Das. Which one's which? I don't know. Does it matter? Does it matter which one's which? It's too funny. I can't believe a grown-ass men believing in lies and fabricated stories of cowherds and shepherds who knew nothing but gossip. Not only that, but can you believe that a guy, Harvard dumbass Goswami, he believes this stuff, and then he goes to Harvard, and Harvard's like, we give up. We can't. We give up. We can't. He still believes this stuff. We told him, we produce great lawyers, doctors, lawyers, politicians, lawmakers, senators, congressmen, all kinds of very intelligent, smart people come out of Harvard. But this guy, I'm sorry, we throw up our hands like Gorny Tie, and we just say, good night, Bert. Good night, Ernie. That's it. They couldn't convince Sri Dayananda. They just couldn't convince him. So, and meanwhile, people like Sri Dayananda and Madhu Pandit and all of these guys are protecting these pedophiles. So while we're laughing and joking and having fun and goofing on them, which they deserve, absolutely, just remember this cult is really doing some real damage. It's doing some real damage. And all of you Hare Krishnas out there that are watching, because I know a lot of you are watching now. More and more of you guys are watching. I just want you to know that we're here for you. I'm here for you, and everybody in the chat is here for you. And you can reach out to any. I would bet that everybody in here, with the exception of Fake Human, would love for you to reach out to them if you need to. I don't think Fake Human wants to be bothered, because he's just going to send you some emojis, and what are you going to do with that? But but everybody else, if you want to reach out to any of us, you can do that, and we'll be more. I know I would be more than happy to speak with you or communicate with you, give you more information if you have any questions. If you want to know anything more about me or anything about Hare Krishna or what I know, and you want to ask in private because you want to be anonymous or whatever, I totally understand that, and you can reach out to me. I'll keep you anonymous. I won't blab anything about anybody. So you can definitely do that. Oh yeah, I saw this and I missed it, and I meant to comment. I'm really sorry. I was in the middle of a rant. My older sister has stage 4 lung cancer. I'm really sorry to hear that. The new infusion therapy is working great to get her into remission. I think that's great. I hope everything. And Indio, a pseudo meditation is a pill of cow shit and urine for cancer. Yeah, I know. It's I know these Hare Krishna. You can see. I really wanted to show that because some people have been asking about what it's like in the Hare Krishnas when you get sick. What do they do? What's the healthcare like? And as you can see, there is no healthcare. Drink some tea. Drink some tea and stay in bed. That's about it. Drink some tea and stay in bed. But again, back to anybody who wants to reach out to me, you can. I'll be more than happy to do that and keep it anonymous. I won't say anything to anybody about it. So you don't have to worry about that. I will not blab. Come on here and say, hey. I won't come on here and say, hey, so and so contact me. I won't do any of that. So if you want to do that, you can. And so, and again, if anybody in here doesn't want to be contacted, I know Fake Human, it was only a joke. You can, if you want to contact Fake Human, you can. If you want to just emoji back and forth, it'll be great. You can do all that. I really do. I wish your sister or sister-in-law all the best, man. I hope everything works out with that. And so again, this has been so much fun. This has been so great. I think we're doing a lot of. I think we're helping a lot of people. I think we're helping more people than we realize because people are not going to. I don't think people are necessarily going to say, hey, are going to reach out and say, hey, I was an idiot and you helped me. I think maybe eventually some people will, but I think we're helping people because the viewership is just going through the roof for this channel. Viewership is going through the roof, so I know that's great. I know a lot of people are watching, and that's important. It's important to help people. So and I'm going to tell you, you guys are great. You guys are great. You make it so much fun. And I know that all your input and all your comments and everything is just great. Yeah, for your sister. Sorry for your sister. I hope everything works out. All your input, all your comments and everything is helps. It really makes everything. It makes everything really work and flow. It really ties the room together.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Really ties the room together. So I want to thank you all again. It's just the more fun we have, the more work we get done, the more we help everybody. Just the greater it is, the better I feel about it, the whole thing. And I'm really loving it to snag that cliche from McDonald's. I'm loving it. So it's great. So I want to say thank you to everybody. I'm not going to read off the names because there's just too many tonight, too many names, but everybody, Jeff and everybody, and Gorney, Ty, Bert and Ernie. Good night, Ernie. Good night, Bert. And everybody have a great night, great morning, great evening, great afternoon, and have some great luck. And everybody stay out of a cult. And again, this is the part of the show where you get to see me as a Hare Krishna. So thanks, everybody.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?